Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a situation that is very, very strange. I can't say I've seen any other situation like this in the past, and this situation, if you will, might have just revealed a ton of stuff for Ninjago Dragons Rising, including a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff and Dragons Rising Season 4. So yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about in today's video. Just for a quick couple of disclaimers though. This video allegedly contains leaked information, so keep that in mind. Leaked information is ahead, including spoilers, and I suppose this information should technically be treated as rumors. Again, the situation is kind of sticky, so stay tuned. But still, grain of salt, things are subject to change, all that usual stuff. But in terms of what exactly the situation is, well, that kind of needs its own disclaimer as well. Apparently, there is some drama among Ninjago leakers. Not gonna get into it too much because I really don't care about the drama. However, long story short, apparently there is a leaker that had a Discord server or something like that where information was locked behind a paywall, allegedly, and someone didn't like that, decided to leak all of the information behind the paywall. I will link a Bluesky thread down below in the description that you should totally check out if you wanted more context surrounding the drama situation here. That's what I was personally tagged in. That's where I've seen all of this. So again, check out the link in the description for more information, more context surrounding how this information got out there. However, like I said, I really don't care about the drama stuff. I just care more so about the information. So let's talk about that quick. Now, I have compiled a lot of information here that was apparently exposed from this alleged Discord server. And these 4 bullet points are only the first 4. There's still a lot more after this, so stay tuned. We have a lot to get into. But apparently the entire Dragons Rising plot was leaked in a document in 2022. And I guess the leakers have had this document for a while or something like that. Crazy if true. Yeah, that's just wild. Having the entire Dragons Rising plot, like the entire outline of every season, leaked like 3 years ago. Also, apparently Lord Ras will have a redemption arc. Now, this is also something that we've been talking about in past videos, something that I could totally see happening if maybe he is betrayed by his master or something like that. It's hard to say really how exactly this redemption arc will play out, or even if Lord Ras is redeemable, but apparently that is in the cards, so gonna have to stay tuned. Also, Wildfire's story ends with her becoming a dragon matriarch. Yeah, so I could see that. We've actually talked about that in a previous video because there were some rumors as well that Wildfire's ending was kind of dumb. If this is the ending, I don't see how that's dumb. Kind of makes sense to me personally. I mean, Wildfire was raised by dragons. Chances are her story will end with her becoming a dragon matriarch, despite, physically not being a dragon, but you get the idea. And also, apparently, there will be a big Source Dragon twist in Season 4. Stay tuned because we do have an update surrounding that as well. The next couple of bullet points here are as follows. The original plan was for Wu to be Ras's master. Yeah, if that is true, that is kind of crazy. Of course, original plan means that that is not the case anymore, but I will probably be doing another video talking even more about that because that is crazy. I do wonder how that would have played out. Like, what exactly is the deal there? I do not understand. Then we have apparently some cut Hands of Time content. Dragons Rising would have revealed what happened after Golden Hour. So yeah, for the Time Twins after the Ninjago Legacy Reimagined Golden Hour short, obviously they were kind of frozen in time. Apparently Dragons Rising would have originally revealed what exactly happened to them afterwards. Maybe it still could. I mean, the Time Twins are coming back in the upcoming Old Town set, but again, that's more so for Ninjago Legacy, so not sure exactly what the case will be there. Apparently there were also cut scenes of the the Forbidden Five conquering more realms replaced with Thunderfang. So I'm not entirely sure what the deal is there. From what I understand, the Forbidden Five were originally, again, going to be independent, not relying so much on Thunderfang. However, we will talk about that more here momentarily. And also, allegedly, there were scrapped Chima Crossroads cameos. So characters more directly from Chima appearing in the Crossroads, maybe named characters from the Chima TV series, very much checks out there. Next up here, we have some Season 4 information, again, allegedly, apparently. First of all, Zane will resemble his old self more in Season 4 personality-wise. So going back to his roots, I guess you could say, which I guess would be a good thing considering that Zane for a lot of people has kind of turned into a one-note character. Would love to see Zane resort back to his older days, personality-wise. Then returning characters in Season 4 are Ericor, Raptin, Euphrasia, Labo, Creel, Rontu, and all of the Finders. Not too much there in terms of new info. I pretty much expected all of these characters to appear somewhere in Season 4, especially Euphrasia, considering that she does indeed have a minifigure in the upcoming wave of Ninjago, so makes sense there. Next, Kai, Nia, and Jay face the least villains in Season 4, but Kai and Jay have a good dynamic. Okay, so Kai, Nia, and Jay, that team faces the least amount of villains, so maybe they are not in the realm of monsters. Maybe they are somewhere entirely different. I do like the idea, though, of Kai and Jay having a good dynamic. We saw a little bit of that at the end of Season 3, Part 2, so hopefully that continues into Season 4. That sounds exciting. Next up here, we have these three bullets. Lord Ras barely has any screen time in Season 4, Part 1. Last scene in Part 1 sets up a Ras arc. Okay, so no screen time or barely any screen time in Part 1, but the final scene of Part 1 sets up an arc maybe for Season 4, Part 2. That would explain why Lord Ras is nowhere to be found in the Season 4 January or March sets. Maybe he will be more so a Part 2 villain. Maybe showing up a lot in the summertime wave. Makes sense there. Next, Thunderfang was added because the writers could not find a way to make the Five lose otherwise. So, in other words, the Forbidden Five were so strong they could not be defeated properly by the ninja, or at least the writers could not find a way to have that happen. So Thunderfang was added to actually give the Five someone to lose against. Again, making it seem like Thunderfang was very much a last-minute addition, which we have touched on in previous videos. I will say that does make a lot of sense, especially given how Thunderfang was treated in Season 3 and how he just kind of showed up out of nowhere, not being mentioned in Season 2. This could explain why. And also, the Source Dragon Season 4 twist is related to these cycles. So we've heard about these cycles before. The cycles have been mentioned by Source Dragons countless times. I personally think the whole cycles thing simply just refers to the Ninjago universe being reset over and over again, but that's just my own personal theory. And finally, for the last couple of notes here, the Ras redemption arc might be scrapped. Again, we talked about that earlier. It seems like this leak has a lot of cut and scrapped content. Season 4 Part 1 episode titles coming soon. Makes sense there. And also the amount of voice lines for each character is coming soon too. Okay, so I'm going to have to keep an eye out for those two events. Seems like we will be getting more news soon. But with that being said, everyone, that's going to pretty much do it for this quick overview of all of this alleged information. Again, coming from leaker drama, of all things. Very weird situation. Like I said earlier, obviously take all of this with a grain of salt. Early leaks are very much subject to change. A lot of this stuff might have been cut or changed, for the final product of Dragons Rising Season 4 and beyond. But still, I think we have a lot of interesting discussions to be had here in the comments and very much in upcoming videos. I will definitely be tackling a lot of this stuff more so later on. Again, in separate individual videos. Not everything needs to be elaborated on, but some of this stuff I would like to talk about a little bit more. So until then, leave all of your thoughts in the comments surrounding this entire situation. And like I said, check out the thread in the description from Bluesky, which apparently, again, leaked all of this stuff. So like I said, very interesting situation indeed, but leave all of your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you guys did, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.